guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are gonna be using the Cocoa Pebbles palette by Revolution. If you guys are interested, keep on watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. But let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying a bunch of new products that I got, and as you guys can tell, I want to do my eyes with you. And the first product that I got in the little Ulta haul is the Fruity Cocoa Pebbles from Revolution. I am excited to try this. Honestly, I've never tried palettes from Revolution. I don't think I have. So this is gonna be my first palette from them, and I'm very excited. This is what the palette looks like. I love how the packaging looks exactly like the cardboard. 18 shades in this palette. This is what the shadows look like. I don't know why I thought they were gonna be more like I don't know, like more fall looks. They are giving me fall, but not to like a whole extent. The names are super cute as well, and I love how the palette comes with a little mirror so that you can, do your makeup. Let me see. This mirror works pretty good. Sometimes some mirrors are like all distortioned and stuff, but I guess we're gonna go ahead and go in. I do want to show you guys the other one as well, because I did pick up the Fruity Pebbles one as well. I love Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. Growing up, they were like my favorite cereal, so obviously I was gonna pick up both, and they didn't disappoint. Hopefully they don't disappoint with the like pigmentation and stuff. The names are so cute. Look at this one. This one's more like summer vibes. This is what it looks like. It's giving me more summer vibes. The colors are very fluorescent. So we're gonna go ahead and use this one for another time, because I know it's a little bit, on the crazier side. But I did want to show you guys the palette. So I already prepped my eyes with a little bit of P. Louise, and I'm gonna take the shade. As always, the shades are gonna be on the screen so you guys can see them up close. I'm gonna go in with the shade Bam Bam. And I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush. This one's by Alamar Cosmetics, and I'm gonna press this shade on my crease and just kind of going a little bit towards the brow, but not quite touching the brow yet. And I just like to press it first, and then I like to buff it out on the edges just so that it looks very seamless and blended. So I like how the shadow is very much pigmented. I'm gonna take a little bit more. I am seeing that as you blend it out, it does kind of lose a little bit of the intensity. So if you want the shadows to be very potent, you are gonna have to go back and kind of like reapply a little bit more. Oh, I went a little high there. But it's okay. Look, we fixed it. I'm so proud of us. Okay. So in this area, you see how you can see that weird line from where there's nothing? I'm gonna go ahead and just swipe clean this same brush, and I'm gonna apply the shade Wary, which is just your typical like bone color, and I'm just gonna take that and lay it flat on that surface and just buff it out, kind of blend both of those in together so that it doesn't have any separation lines. And going back to Bam Bam, I'm just gonna keep intensifying it a little bit more, like so. Like I'm saying, the shades kind of wash off easily, so try not to blend so much when you're like trying to like blend them together, because they will sort of disappear. So now I'm gonna go in with this was so unprepared. I'm gonna go in with a flat little shader brush like this. It's just your typical angled brush. This one is from the brand, it doesn't have brand, Okay, oh, sorry. This is from the brand LaRousse, and this is the small angled brush. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna go into the shade Chocolatey because I don't want to do a liner with like gel liner or like marker liner. I'm just gonna do a liner with this shadow and see how well it performs. Okay, so for some reason, this shade has a lot of fallout. So this is what that shade looks like. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Chip of the Block with the same brush to see if I can sort of like blend that smoky line out a little bit. I don't want it so like structurized. I want it a little bit messy. Just like that. Okay. And now, I'm gonna go in with a flat shader brush like this. Any shader brush that you have might work. I'm gonna kind of wet it a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Snack, which is kind of like an orangey shade. Hopefully it works out, being as metallic as I want it to be. And I'm gonna apply this right in the center of the eyelid. Okay. So it's not so pigmented, but it is giving me a little something, a little sheerness. It's not like a metallic, but it is like a little shift of something. Let me try with my finger to see if that works. Oh yeah, definitely it works best with the finger. Just gotta sometimes find the way these shadows want to work, because a lot of times they don't like the fibers of the brushes and stuff, and sometimes the fibers even don't pick up. So it's necessary like just keep going back in there and just helping them out as much. I'm gonna go back into the shade Bam Bam, and I'm gonna clean the crease a little bit because I don't want the glitter to go over that crease. So I'm just gonna lightly pack a little bit of Bam Bam on the crease. That way I can clean it up like so. And I don't want the shade Bam Bam to, the shade Snack to come so much to the outer corner. So I'm also gonna clean that up a bit like that. Of course, if you want the shimmer to go a little higher, you can always do that. And now I'm gonna go in with the shade Lifelong Pal, which is kind of like a yellowish, goldish shade. Again, I'm gonna try to take it with a brush to see if it works. It kind of wants to work, but I see like it's very sheer. Okay. For some reason, this one's coming off a little bit patchier than the other one. I'm just going back in there and trying to intensify it, but it looks patchy. I don't know if you guys can tell. It looks like that. Let me take more of that setting spray. I'm seeing that it's kind of like crumbling a lot on the eye. So I'm gonna wet the brush again and just lightly press the pigments in. That way I don't drag any of the pigments. This is what happened with that shade. Hold on. Let's try to fix it. Okay. So I see what's going on. The pigments are kind of like separating. I don't know why, but they're kind of like separating. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with Snack. See if I can sort of bring that color a little bit more higher. Okay, no. Definitely these are gonna be like more like brush shimmers. Like, I mean, like you need to apply them with your finger, because with the brush, I've already tried like 2 brushes and they don't want to budge. So I'm thinking the shimmers don't really like brushes like that. I'm gonna go back in with Bam Bam to recarve my crease, because I did end up going a little bit higher. Like here. And then clean up this edge. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with the large shader brush, the buffing brush, and I'm just gonna take Bam Bam and continue to try to blend it out. Now we're gonna go in with Query to see how this is gonna lay on top of each other. Okay. So this is the way the eye is coming out. I don't know. I kind of feel like the shadows didn't quite perform like I thought they would. Let me go back in there and intensify the liner portion, because I did lose a lot of the liner with the blending out. Okay. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like the shade is very, like the shades in this palette are very patchy. I don't know, try my best to, you know, kind of make it a nice look, but for some reason the shades don't want to like blend out and stuff. They're very hard to like blend out, and once you get like the pigment out, like the shades are extremely like patchy and stuff. I'm just like, what is going on? I don't understand this formula. Like I said, I've really never tried anything from Revolution. This is the first time I've ever attempted to try this brand. I don't know how I feel about these shadows. To me, they need like a lot of work, honestly. It looks mediocre. I don't really like it. I feel like it has a lot of fallout. It just, look at that. No, this is like not my cup of tea. I'm gonna wipe my under eye just so you guys can see. Hopefully I still have some of the pigmentation, but look at how much fallout they have. And that's because I already had removed some of the fallout. I don't know, guys. Let me go ahead and do my other eye off camera, finish my eyes, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I know I said I was gonna come back after I had already finished my makeup, but I feel like I don't like this palette. The pigmentation is not there whatsoever. I couldn't even get past how much I struggled to get these colors to even show the way they kind of look, because let's be real, they don't look the best. This is definitely not my favorite palette. I don't know what happened. At first I thought maybe it's because I'm not used to the formula, but you know what, at this point, no. I struggled just as much or even more to do the other eye. There are some products from I Love Revolution that I love, but the palette, no, I didn't love it. It was not worth it. It is $20, and I feel like there's other palettes out there that you can get for that amount and with much more pigmentation. For example, ColourPop. I feel like ColourPop always brings it to the table when it comes to pigmentation, and this was not it. This was definitely not it. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is look at how pigmented my finger is. I used a wipey to take off obviously the excess from applying the shadows with my finger, and this is how I'm left. Like, my finger looks like it has jaundice. I'm hoping that when I wash my hands this goes off, but it looks like my finger is like stained, which is another thing that I don't appreciate and like. Okay, so for foundation today, I'm gonna be using the Filter Effect by Morphe. I have already used this before in my Instagram. I did a review on this foundation, but I'm also gonna be using the sponge, not the sponge that comes with it. I think that one's dirty, but this one's by Luxie Beauty, and I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and dispense one pump and just kind of spread it evenly. Bad, I can already tell I like the sponge that comes with it. Doesn't come with it, but they do sell the sponge and the brush that you're supposed to use with this foundation, and right off the bat I can already tell I love that one more. This one just absorbs, in my opinion, a little bit too much foundation. I do feel like it applied the foundation a little heavily on me, and that other one that they made from Morphe, I don't feel like it does that. I don't have that problem. Pump and a half looks. It's a little close-up of my skin. Marc Jacobs Extra Shot of Coffee concealer. This is supposedly a foundation and a concealer in two, but I kind of like it more for a concealer. So we're gonna go ahead and use this under our eyes. I'm gonna take the little corner of the sponge so I can blend it out. Bronzer, before I set my under eyes, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Putty bronzer. I'm gonna apply it with this little brush from Sephora. It's the Mini Flawless Airbrush. Very mild contour. I don't see it like over the top, which can be a good thing, because when you don't know how to cream contour like myself, you can really mess this up. So I'm glad it has a minimal amount of pigmentation. I don't know if that can be a good thing or a bad thing, but what do you guys think? It looks a little oily. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap under my eyes once again, just so I will get any creases out of the way. The concealer did crease a little bit while I was doing the bronzer, but it's okay. I do have little fine lines under my eyes. That doesn't bother me, as long as there's whatchamacallit, coverage. Took it on the same brush, and I'm just gonna go on top of my cheekbones. I love this one. This one is in, I think it's Bora Bora. Let me see. Oh, Cosmetics. Turks and Caicos, I'm sorry. This is Turks and Caicos. So the last thing I'm going to try on with you guys is the I Heart Revolution lip gloss, and I got the one in the shade Betty. I'm hoping this one is nice, since I haven't had a good experience with the palette and stuff. And mind you guys, I had never tried Revolution before, so I'm really bummed it didn't work for us, but it is what it is, right? So I'm going to go ahead and apply it like this. Hopefully it goes with this. It kind of smells a lot like cocoa, but like cocoa butter. This is the finished look. I didn't apply highlighter, even though I did have the Fruity Pebbles one. Should I try it? I'm kind of scared. What if I look like Miss Rainbow? I don't know. I mean, technically I probably already do look like Miss Rainbow anyway, but I don't know. I'm scared. Should I try it? It's very rainbow-like. Look at it. Go lightly into just the pink and the gold. Let's see. Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. It's pretty. Okay, but I only touched these two. Look, literally not even kidding. Like that, and then wow. Okay. Girl. Okay, I have not been excited for a highlighter in a long time. Okay, Miss Thing. It is a very pretty. I thought it was gonna be like rainbowish. Like maybe it can be if you mix all the colors, but I went lightly. I went really lightly because I was being a chicken, straight out. Okay, so I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts. Overall, guys, what do I think of the I Heart Revolution collection? I like the lip gloss. It's it has a little bit of color. I also did pick up the brushes, which I also forgot. But I will try these in another time and let you guys furtherly know. Maybe I can try them with the Fruity Pebbles collection. That way we could just make it, this video was more like the Cocoa Pebbles. I did like the lip gloss. The palette, not so much. And I know you guys, I know what you guys are thinking, like, girl, what are you talking about? It looks nice. It does look nice on the eyes, but because I went in with a secret potion, I actually applied the SpongeBob highlighter from Wet n Wild. So I feel like that helped a lot. Like, especially where it was a very patchy with the other shade. I just applied that highlighter and it made it look $1,000, okay? Like $1,000. So with that being said, I don't really know. Like, I don't really feel like the palette was it, you know? Like, I kind of feel bad, but not really, because like I told you guys, while I was using the palette did cost me $20. I technically feel like the palette was it. Like I said, when I was using the palette, I feel like there's other palettes out there that you can get for $20 or even less, because for example, ColourPop, they have really good pigmentation, really good prices, and they always have sales and stuff like that. So I don't feel like the palette was a pass. I feel like it was more like a fail. The highlighter, surprisingly, you guys saw my reaction. The highlighter is so pretty, but I did chicken out and I only used like a little part of it. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it if I use like all the shades. I don't want to try that today because I'm on my way out and I don't want to look crazy. The putty bronzer, I feel like the putty bronzer was easy to blend out, but I don't know if it was the brush that I used. Maybe I gotta try other techniques. I didn't quite like it. I feel like I had bigger expectations. Now the putty blushes, you guys know that I love the putty blushes from e.l.f. They are amazing. They're so nice. The foundation, I like it. I don't know if I like it with the sponge that I used today, because when I used the one from Filter Effect, as you guys might have seen in my Instagram, that one just made me look super airbrushed. So I love that foundation, but I feel strongly that you need to use it with the sponge that they sell you. It is sold separately, so maybe that's not, you know, something you can do, but if you can, try it out. Let me know how it goes. The Marc Jacobs concealer, I feel like it's nice. It creased a little bit under my eyes, but like I said when I was using it, don't expect for it to like be creaseless if you already have like your little lines and stuff. So I feel like that's, you know, exactly what happened. I have little lines under my eyes, so obviously it's gonna, you know, it's gonna crease a little. And I'm okay with that as long as it has a good amount of coverage, as long as it's covering my under eyes a little bit. I think I'm perfectly fine with that. Let me know if you guys want to see the Fruity Pebbles palette and for me to use the colorful highlighter and the brushes in another video, because obviously we didn't use the colorful palette. I used the more like the neutral toned one, and I didn't quite like it. So for me, the Revolution Cocoa Pebbles palette is gonna be a fail. I didn't really like it, and I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades out of the palette, and I didn't like it, as you guys can do as well, because I was like, okay, I've never been stained by a shadow before, so that was alarming. If you do get it, please use it with caution. I think for today's video, this is the look that came out of that palette. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments what else you guys wanted me to do, what other looks you guys want to see. Are you guys ready for Halloween looks? Because I am. I don't know if I'm going to dress up, but I definitely have ideas of things I want to put out there. Let me know what you guys want to see in regards to Halloween looks, makeup looks, videos, whatever you guys want me to upload. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.